that. Doing here today.
2 countries, 4 cities, 3 months, and more stuff than I can possibly cram into one video. But let's try anyway. So, we may have only been in Chile for 2 weeks, but I think it's fair to say that we did quite a lot here. We even made it out to 2 of Pablo Neruda's places, and it's definitely not every day that you get to casually tour the house of a Nobel laureate, not to mention 2 of them. Along with the beach towns of Valparaiso and Viña del Mar.
Why Chile and Argentina? For stuff like this, because there's we can take beach trips and
because the water's nice. It's because the water.
You can get jump in the water real quick. Yeah.
But I think one of the main things that people are going to remember about Santiago was the insane amount of stuff that we climbed. Like Cerro San Cristobal, an entire hill that was excavated and turned into a park and a church complex. Or Aguas de Ramon, where we got to see our first waterfall in South America. And then there's Manquehue. Yeah, for some reason, 10 of us decided to climb the largest scalable mountain in the city by ourselves. This is how that went. So we got the Ubers to where we think is Manquehue, but we're kind of just like going up this road. You said there's a trailhead up here?
Yeah, maybe. I guess we'll find out.
So after about 15 minutes of going up and down the same road, it was right there. We found some horses.
What we didn't realize was just how tall this mountain was. 5,374 feet, to be exact. Eventually, though, we made it.
So for context, that is San Cristobal down there. And that is where we live over there. So we got pretty high up in the mountains out here.
Unfortunately, from there, we had to say adios to Chile and moved on to our next country. Argentina. We're going to be spending the next 3 months here studying at the University of Blas Pascal in Cordoba. But before we got there, we had a couple of things to take off of our list. First up was Buenos Aires, the capital of the country, a bustling cosmopolitan city that combined the best parts of its Latin American and European immigrant traditions, full of museums, shopping, and a little bit of tango. But we'll get back there in a second.
Why did you decide to come on Chile, Argentina?
Because I like hiking and I wanted to go to Patagonia.
Yep, the Patagonia. Not this one, this one.
So we're gonna walk on that thing.
Yes, I mean a literal glacier. But we couldn't just go ahead and climb right on. We had to get geared up with special gloves, spiked shoes, and helmets. After that, we were ready to go. As cool as this was, for some, the best was yet to come.
And I fell in love with the culture and the people and the traditions, and I wanted to see more of it.
a sheep farm. Better known as an estancia, these ranches have been a center point of Argentinian culture for the past 200 years. And maybe it was something about the simple life in the lakes and the mountains, but some people were more than ready to set up shop here.
Christina, you look very happy right now.
I just can't believe this place exists and that I'm here.
I know, look, it literally looks like you're on the ocean with, like, how much does this place cost?
Yeah, really.
Forget Disney, this is the greatest place on earth right here.
And while Patagonia was great, with a snap, we were back in Buenos Aires for some more sightseeing. Like the Teatro Colón, an opera house with some of the best acoustics in the world. Or some very detailed museums. And even an old amphitheater that was turned into a bookstore. Unfortunately though, our tango with Buenos Aires had come to an end, and it was time to move on. Now we could finally get into where we would be staying for the rest of our trip. Cordoba, the second largest city in Argentina with its own rich traditions. And a part of this was even more estancias, which were full of their own history lessons, horseback riding, cooking some delicious food, and whatever kind of yoga this is. But before we got fully settled, there was still time for one more excursion.
Someone tell me where we are right now.
Cordoba Airport.
And where are we going?
So for those of you who don't already know, Carnival is like if Mardi Gras and the Thanksgiving Day Parade had a baby. It's actually incredible how massive this festival is. And a group of us decided to go on the last weekend of the largest celebration in Argentina. So you know it was going to be good. But after that, we decided to head back to Buenos Aires and spend some time shopping in the colorful and historic La Boca. And of course, we found some more Carnival. And when we got back to Cordoba, we were just starting to get into a routine. Going to classes during the week, and doing some exploring on the weekends. Or finding out what the deal is with soccer in the rest of the world. And while we all enjoyed sightseeing, hiking, exploring, trying new foods, adapting to the culture, for some people, their favorite part of the trip was a little different.
I chose to come to Chile, Argentina because of Dr. Massé. Massé.
Massé was leading it, and he was basically the entire reason that I decided to end up coming because he told me to apply.
That's right, this man right here, Dr. Adrian Massé. It'd be one thing to say that he led this trip, but that doesn't come close to encapsulating everything that he actually did. He not only reorganized the entire trip from Chile to Argentina because of protests in Santiago, stopped an entire airline from derailing our travel plans, and he organized all of the excursions we did and didn't get to. 2 to Buenos Aires, 1 to Patagonia, 1 to the north of Argentina, and 1 to Peru. And he did all of it with a smile. He wasn't just our professor, He was a part of our little study abroad family. And it seemed like everything was going perfect until...
It's a new type of coronavirus.
Now to growing concerns about the deadly coronavirus officially hitting the U.S.
The latest Italian health report here says there have been more than 50 new cases overnight.
That the first American has died from the virus at the epicenter in the Chinese city of Wuhan.
Yep. Our trip got canceled by the coronavirus. We were all absolutely crushed by this news. We'd been here for just over 2 months and it only felt like it was just starting. But thinking back on it, we actually did a lot.
You made new Furman friends on the trip, right?
And I made new Furman friends.
Never mind. That's also
We did. Yeah.
Plus, I got my boy Diego on this trip. You know how we rock.
I went to South America because it's somewhere I've never been and I want to explore a new place.
I wanted to speak Spanish and discover more of South America. But I thought it'd just give me the opportunity to explore a side of the world that I don't really think many people have the opportunity to explore.
I also wanted to push myself outside of my comfort zone to get comfortable in the uncomfortable.
There's no better opportunity to go to South America. Saw the opportunity and I said, let's do it.
Why Chile and Argentina? It's a great opportunity for our students to get to know an area of the world that they may not necessarily be able to go. Something I'm not going to forget about this group is the way they responded so positively and everything. They were always watching each other and working as a group, and that made it probably one of my most memorable groups ever.